Strengths and a big slide for Peter Hackett, who's having all kinds of dramas down at the Southern Loop, and off in the gravel trap is another Pete. No, it's not. It's a Paul. Stokel. He's going to be able to continue on the session and will stay green. Wow, mid-corner. And Hackett, I think, was just perhaps caught out by Stokel's moment in front of him. Combined again at Bathurst later this year. But what a performance has been with these great pros at the front of the field. So Fraser Ross still in third, Rosser in fourth. Mark Rosser, quite successful in business, took some time out of racing, but he started racing in HQ Holdens at Malala Raceway in South Australia.
You're a long way from home, Toto.
What a great category
awesome
to start with.
Liam Talbot hauling in the race leader, but this is the battle to watch as Rosser gets the nose up the inside. Little puff of smoke from the outside front. Big understeer, lots of steering lock. He'll do the Schumacher move and run the car wide. And once again, it will bring into question as to whether the pass was complete by that point or if it aided him through one of the little vagaries of racing here at Sandown. Regardless, the ACM car is up and gone. Donaldson back to 7th, he still leads the outside at turn 2. Holdsworth has slid into 3rd place. 4th place is Brock Feeney, already up a couple of spots. Ryan Wood has lost ground and around goes the leader. Love around on the entry to turn 4. Ojeda takes point on the run up the back straight.
He just dropped it on the exit curve there, up in the run to turn 4. What a disaster for the 77. He's done all the hard work, got the thing on pole position.
He was looking down the inside.
Yeah.
Feeney now fighting back around the outside.
Yeah, Feeney got caught out there on the start a little bit. I think that was just a great reaction from Alex Peroni. And what about Ojeda? 4th up to 2nd. We know how strong he is and how confident he is on a cold Pirelli tyre. He's got so much experience in these cars globally as well. And that's a spin. I think that's Aaron Love into the side as well. I think that's George King. So he's...
You call it.
Yeah, he's obviously gone for a late move down the inside on Chaz. There's a little bit of contact there, and it looks like just a little bit of the front guard or the front quarter has come off of Chaz's car. So if anything, it's probably losing a little bit of air on Chaz's car.
Great recovery. Oh, the Honduras boys around at the top of the final turn. So the 47 Superbarn entry. Now, is he going to be able to get out of there? That car's parked awkwardly.
Simon Gachet, so 2 places lost by the French driver in the McLaren on this lap. Gachet moving from Santalok Audi to CSA McLarens for this year. That is 32 BMW, the championship leading. Kelvin van der Linde to give way to Charles Witt in the 2nd stint. But up front, Kirchhofer leads. And actually, Marciello has not stayed with him on this racing lap as he did on lap 1 from the original start.
No, much more spread out on.
Okay, well, Maro Engel did do an absolute best middle sector on his in lap.
So ironically, it's Mark Rosser. We were talking to his co-driver at the start of the race. Mark went down the inside. That's the braking zone into turn 11, penultimate corner.
This style of competition, but we're using a little bull ring this weekend, and that's brought some strengths to the fore. Down the inside, Renee Gracie, Paul Stokel, car, and it's involved in some contact with the Adrian Dietz, Tony D'Alberto, Lamborghini. Hopefully Tony D can keep that.
Liam Talbot, a feisty start. He is one of the quickest AM drivers in the country. In fact, at the Bathurst 12 hour, he wasn't that far off the pros. He is a very fast steerer, and Talbot's got a great run out of turn 5. Perfect place to pull a move is turn 6, and under brakes the Audi from over 200 k's an hour, gets down the inside. Textbook stuff at QR, and Talbot's charged through the field, and he's got himself to 2nd.
Charges down towards turn 1 at Sandown. The turbocharged Aston Martin Vantage GT3 follows with Liam Talbot. Then it's Steve Brooks. Then it's Elliot Shute, who's going to stick the nose out at turn 1, but decides against having a crack on colder Pirellis on a restart.
Everyone safely through turn 1, albeit I think that was Donaldson going wide at turn 1, and there's Lucchini in behind, and Ojeda will take.
Peroni, whose teammate Mark Rosser has just been passed by Liam Talbot as the rain falls again at Sandown, and now Schumacher's going to look down the inside. The Kelso Electrical Audi gets the spot, and Rosser, who was 2nd, now finds himself P4. Schumacher gaining ground. The lead margin now just 6.8 seconds. In fact, they can see the Realtor AMG. So the vibe I'm getting here, Thomas, him down.
Yeah, so Fraser in 6th position, and and he had a little bit of a tough qualifying session yesterday, so he's moved up a couple of positions. But yeah, Feeney in these opening few laps really struggling to get the confidence and maybe the tyre temperatures. He's lost about 1.8 seconds to Ojeda here, so Ojeda still right on the back of Alex Peroni, and at the end of the day, Ojeda.
And now brings in, this will be almost 3 wide. This is a bit cheeky heading down the main straight. Mercedes covering off. And now pulls back across the middle of the racetrack. That could have been a high-speed incident. Dramas here in the middle of turn number 1.
Is that the Rosser car? Whose is that?
That's the Marcel Zalua car by the Valmont team with the Batman-style flames out the back.
Pointing the wrong direction off the exit of 1. That's gone round at decent pace there, I reckon. It's
Challenge Europe, powered by AWS Sprint Cup, is about to be go then, with 40 minutes on the clock now. We are back racing. The lights go green and over the timing line goes Marvin Kirchhofer ahead of Marciello, ahead of Engels. Sven Müller not quite as close to the pack as he wanted to be, and coming under pressure from Gilles Magnus in the Audi, who's almost nibbling at the back of the Porsche coming up to turn 2.
Santalok, the team that had the mechanics out on the grid first, so those tyres hotter than everyone else.
This down at turn 3 this time, and Stoker diving down the inside. It was for position. All right, race car driver, off the fence.
Now, this is what we said. You're a commentator now, mate.
Race 2 in 22 was Yasushi Hindengarth, Tandrin and Audi. They won both races last year, and they're well on to winning both this year. Gee, you can drive through it, Cole. How's the dust on the outside of turn 2?
He's going to have a bit of a penalty when come the stop, so he needs to stay as close as he can, if not get by them.
Hand that car over to Prince Jeffrey with, hopefully, some kind of advantage to nullify the penalty for today, given that race win yesterday. It looked on this opening lap, particularly through turn 2, there'd be a bit of a handful as it came through there for Shane. Bit of opposite lock. Tander from Reynolds, Van Gisbergen. That's the view back to the 888 AMG entry.
This lap.
Exactly.
And the sector times indicate that. You can tell when a pit stop's looming because the timing screen gets all excited with colour as they set personal and session best laps as they press on to maximise their in-laps. Right, who pits? It's Talbot. He's going to pit, definitely. Brooks follows him in. The leader's in as well. Schumacher as well. Shoot.
7/10 of a second faster. The gap now is under 8/10 of a second, and whether or not Talbot just took maybe too much energy out of the wet tyre early on, and that gap now well and truly under a second for the outright race lead between Talbot and Shoot.
And you and I both know Brad Schumacher well. If there's an opportunity for him to have a go, he will have a go.
Pace in that Mercedes, as we've seen, and flashing the headlights is Paul Lucchini into turn 1. A bit of aero wash, I'd say, through 1, but a lot of confidence has he got behind the wheel here, and Wyatt, I'd say, looking in his mirrors a little bit, and this is all but helping the cause for the 268 Audi, which still has a question mark and a cloud hovering over it for a restart investigation.
couple of Kiwis, there they are, going at it. Can Tim Miles and Brendan Leach, it seems like he could almost throw a fishing line and hook on the back of the Ferrari and catch him. It looks that close now. Is a podium in the offing for the Dale ITM Audi, or can Leach and Elliott Shute hold on here for Arise Racing?
Third, fourth is Sven Müller in the Porsche. In fifth place, coming up towards the line, it is the Gilles Magnus-driven Audi that leads in gold. Sixth is Vincent Abril. Then you've got Stoltz. Then going through, looking rapid, is Alex Arca heading silver. Kelvin van der Linde is up into 9th place, and 10th is Gachet with Van Meulen down to 11th. Marciello you're riding with, and he did the fastest lap last time through, quicker than the Kirchhofer from the previous lap as the tyres get warmer and the fuel load starts to come down, making the cars that little bit quicker. Marciello again closing up a little.
So Brown quickest, Mostyn's gone second for Arise Racing, and then Jackson Evans, his teammate.
Oh,
third.
Sparks, he's gone off, wow.
Too hot for Brenton Grove into turn 1. First time Grove Racing's. So that's from the side skirt, left-hand side of the car, so loaded up on the entry. It's 275 k's an hour on approach to turn 1 energy. Pressure from Peter Hackett in the Harold's Racing with Valente Rosso entry. That's the second of the AMG. GT3's Hackett having the big slide coming through turn 2. These two continue at it. It's a good little battle. Fraser doing a nice job holding on. They welcome G Technic to this car this weekend, along with ongoing support from Shannon, who have been such an incredible supporter.
Road, that could be all she wrote for Arise Racing, and the Ferrari goes to the race lead. Jackson Evans in front, couldn't get the move done at turn 1. Executed with a mistake from the race leader down at Dandenong Road half a lap later, and it could change again because Ryan Wood, the young Kiwi, charges up behind the Aston Martin as well.
He's going to try and cover it. He's going to try and do the exact same thing, but Ryan Wood is going to send it even further down the inside.
Wow.
And he gets